So this is my pear tree. Today I am going to show you how I prune for winter pruning. First of all, I'm in first week of March. This year it's a little bit warm. We have a mild winter, and I prune these pear trees twice a year. I did a video on a summer pruning sometime in June or July last year. I have two Asian pears, this one and that one I already pruned. I got a little too icky one nice day last couple of weeks. I went ahead and pruned, but I left that because I want to show you from the winter all these nice light color. The branches, that's all it grew from the winter. I'm sorry, half of the year from July to December, maybe. Yeah, but it grew from like all the way up there. It's just want to shoot up in the sky. So first of all, I go in and I don't I don't have this main trunk or anything, but because of the history of these pear trees, that the rabbit and the deer used to come here and they just chomped everything down. So it didn't come as planned for me. But first of all, one of the things I want to point out was crossing branches like it needs to be clipped out, because just imagine every single node of these branches will come out with a branch, and they will be all intertwined, and they're going to be more energy growing to a lot of different nodes, and the branch is going to be skinny. So I'm at the stage where this is going to be a maintenance prune for me, because this is like 6 years old. It's on its 7th year. So I prune them out every year. I keep pruning them, and I try to keep the plant low so that I'm able to access them. And the more that you prune, the more will come out. But these are the little stub that come out like this, little short stub like this. These are flower buds. These called spurs. They come out little short spur like this. And I'm at the wrong angle. The sun decided to come out now. And so those will be, the flowers come out and the fruit will come out, and these only come out on the 2-year-old branches. So I try to keep everything low and have enough 2-year-old branches so that I have enough of these flower spurs, spur branches or flower buds coming out. Last year I kind of cut this off because it grew into my walk-in area. But this is a pretty old, you can see, first of all, you can see this branch pretty light comparing to that branch. Let me move around. See the two different cane color, because this is the last year's branch, same as this guy. It's kind of like greenish light color. It doesn't have a woody color yet. These are the older cane. So you can tell that, believe it or not, this is a 2-year-old branch, and this is the last year branch that grew, and it grew up to here. And in the summer I pruned it right there, and then from summer to the end of the year till now, it grew from here all the way up to the tip right there. So believe it or not, both of these are a 1-year-old branch. I'm not looking for new branches. I only want to develop some of the short canes so that the little stubs can come out. The little stub come out. I save all the energies to push out all the little spurs for fruit. I don't want too much vegetative plants, so I'm gonna just pushing these down. These are pretty nice thick cane. I'm trying to keep these, pushing them down so that all the fruit will come and stay in this region area. And I like to promote horizontal or kind of like lateral branches so that to slow down the growth of the tree, and it doesn't shoot up to the sky like that. It's easy for me to pick So right here, I haven't even cut a branch, but anyway, first of all, cut anything that is crossing over. This is the way, you know, like the way it grow and it's trying to reach out to the sun like that. It's not going to be strong. Just keep them a small stub size, like short, 2-3 branches short, so that they are strong. As they grow thicker, they grow stronger and fatter, like that one. I stop it right there, and then eventually, I can just cut it right here again and let this section grow spur fruiting wood, because if any node that you leave it, like right here, if you cut it right here, the branch will grow out more leafing wood, so with the branch, with the leaves. So if you have enough branches, you know, you don't want it too thick in there where you can't see through in the summer, then it's gonna create a lot of disease. But like this tiny little branch here, I had too many branch, so I can cut them out. Last year it just decided to grow this branch. I need both of my hands to prune, like crossing like this out. I need a lopper to like cut this off. I'll go in and get my lopper later. I'll chop this up right there and chop this up right there. I'm too short now, I can't reach that high with one hand pruning. So this one is grown into the branch, so I don't want any more leaf. I'm just gonna chop this up right here. I want a fruiting wood, so just stub it out just this much, so this will become a 2-year-old, and then it will keep, you know, growing. If any leaf come out, I would just chop it off and just save all this. Just keep it as a 2-year-old until it's 2 years old and it got some more wooding spurs. Same thing with this. Same thing with this guy. Anything that grow into the inside, it's gonna have potential of growing leaves, and it's gonna get too thick. You know, like branches like this, it's skinny and they grow and they turn around. Can't be good. I can keep this and this. Hope it's not camera. I can keep this section. It's mature enough to grow some wooding of spur wood. I can keep that, but I can also, you know, just, you know what, just don't, it's way too much inside, because I know if anything grow inside, it's gonna have more leaf in the summer, and I'll end up cutting out more. Okay, all right, that is my wooding spur. I'm going to just keep that off. At the same time, you know, sometimes you have enough room in here. Sometimes you have a short spur like this, and you know next year it's gonna grow you some flower on this wood. You also want another section of new wood, so that eventually it will become a 2-year-old and new fruit will come in here. And maybe you have a little section up here next year. You keep on, you know, rotating in so that you have enough fruiting wood for you to have flowers on. Like growing in like this, gotta go, short stub. Actually I cut this off to graft it onto my regular pear right there. I had a grafting tool and I kind of playing with it, so I cut that off, but I'm not sure what it is. It's just kind of like a new branch for me. I'm developing a new one, so this is too low. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out. Growing in like this, like that. That's a nice angle, 45 degrees away from the main trunk, whatever the vertical trunk from the last trunk. And then this one going back in, come on, it's not gonna be, it's gonna be so thick, so that can't leave. And shorting spur like this, you know, it come out, I have some nice spur, and then this one come out, decided to be a leaf last year. I can also have some new wood. I want to always create new wood and stuff that out, so next year or the year after, when it's 2 years old and start growing spur, and have that section just for a couple of spurs. I don't want, the reason I want to stuff them back, because I want this to mature and get a little bit thicker. I don't want to use my middle finger on you. Right now it's only half a pencil size, but as it grows bigger every year, by the time it's big enough for fruit, it will be thicker, and only fruit will hang on here. If there's any fruit, it will hang on here, and it will be mature and strong enough, the branch itself, to carry one fruit here and one fruit back here. There's another bud back here if they decide to grow, so that it has enough strength to carry a fruit or two. So here I go, clipping off and trying to keep all this back. I hope you get the idea. As you can see, they're crossing like this. Stuff them down or leave a couple of nodes. That's totally fine. You know, later you feel like, oh, you leave a little bit too much, you know, you can cut more. Down here, you know, just leave that and come out and more. Where am I? Okay, here. If the branch come out, I'll step it down so I have enough room in this area. And this is the outside branch. I trained it to grow out horizontal, not flat horizontal, but at least growing out, not growing up. And but I have any outside bud. I can even decide to let this branch grow, and if there's any buds out here that decide to grow at a nice angle, I will just chop that off. But that's a nice bud here. I can just chop that off. How about I'm just leaving that and see what happens. But yeah, growing in, if there's enough room here, you can keep it, you know, or you can clip it. Snip it or clip it. Right there, if you're decided to let the branch like growing out away from the main center, cut it out to the outside bud so that if it grow anything, it can grow that way instead of growing inside. So prevent you from having branches that grow inside, and it's kind of make your tree so tight and the air can't move around, and it create all kinds of disease. So stepping them back, I decided to grow weird angle, but you know, you can always cut them. And you know what the thing with pear, Asian pear or just pear in general, they grow madly. They grow. I don't think you can make a wrong cut, to be honest with you. So like this guy here, things like this, you know, growing and then growing out, trying to grow out to the outside to the sun, you know, just chop it off. I might have one fruiting spurt there, but don't need more than that, because if you have a bunch of little stuff here, I mean, you have enough for the season. You can't eat 100 pears. Maybe you can, I don't know. But leave enough amount of fruit for you to eat, but not too many, because you don't want to waste all the energy to, oh, yes, hold on. So if you have 10 fruit per tree or 20 fruit per tree, the quality, I think it's still going to be so much better than having 100 fruits per tree. So going through and snip them and trying to keep them short, that give them a chance to fatten up. Give them a chance to fatten up, and if they have any fruit on there, they will be strong enough. So prune away and enjoy pruning your tree, because if you don't, it's going to be disease. I hear people have problems with disease and whatnot. This one is growing inside. I'm going to go ahead and remove the whole thing. I have too many here. And then the tree die, you know. So pay attention to your tree, spend time and look at it, and hopefully it'll give you some nice fruit. It's a nice cane here. Like anything that's fat, I like it. I'm gonna leave here and let it have some fruiting wood for the next couple of years. You just have to have the gut to remove them later. But you know, when you have a lot to choose from, what do you gotta worry about? This is going to my way, my walking area. My blueberry. The shade in my blueberry. You see how this one has a lot of fruiting woods? All the way here. And I'm just gonna stuff everything back. Actually, these are pretty short too. I'm just gonna keep them short and fat. So push these back. Things like this, like if you have too many, cut them out so that you don't have a bunch of them, and then you end up with too many, and you don't have it good of a quality. Like, you know, curve like this, it can't be as strong. So you can remove that, and if you remove that, believe me, new branch, you know, come out. Like that one, it's a bad angle. It's the sun decided to come out. Okay, this is the bad angle here. You can go. Come on. It grows so bad angle. I can't even get a snip of it. I can have some fruit hanging on there. I kind of, you know, the way that I think, I just imagine a fruit hanging on a certain area, and that's how I cut mine. But then at the end, I stand back and I say, well, it's way too crowded. I can just, you know, chop that off. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and prune the rest of these, and I'll show you the final finished product. Well, I was able to complete the rest of the branches up there with 2 hands. I still think this is still can be pruned some more. This is way too crowded. Okay. Yeah, I can't. I was hoping to be able to get this open in the middle here and let some of the leaf out here, buds out there, to grow some leaves on the outer branches, and the branch will trying to shoot out randomly from the main trunk because it got all the energy in the root. It will try to grow out some branches and leaves and flowers
in 30 minutes.
And so I'm not sure, you know, it's gonna go all crazy right there with full of leaves. And this, honestly, I think I can still cut more, but I'm gonna wait until the summer and see, you know, if it's too thick, I might decide to remove some of these thick branches here. Like this guy is way too close, you know, it's grow in. Originally, I want this to be a fruiting spur. Everything down here now, I want it to be developing fruiting spur, because with that, it's also gonna grow some more leaves, and more branches can also have more leaves. But now I want all these thick cane to. It was so thick I didn't want to cut it. I should have cut it right there, but I might in the summer. But yeah, you know, one thing I forgot to mention is cut it at an angle so that water fall off, and do it on a sunny day. I know it's going to be a sunny day. It hasn't come out yet. It's a 70 degree, so it gives the plant some time to dry off. And not get any disease or as such. If you do it on a wet day, you know, you can always go back and like prune it. You can always prune more. But yeah, I hope it helps. This is my Asian pear tree. There's way too many branches, but I can't wait until I get some more fruit. I'll update this in the summer again to see if I have any fruit, because sometimes the weather will trick me, and it will trick the flower, trick the tree really, trick the tree to flower and then comes the frost, and then there goes your season. But that's the beauty of growing your own stuff. It's so fun. Go in and, you know, sometimes I leave these like this because that's all I have left for fruiting. So after this guy's done and it's not fruit anymore, that's a new cane that I have alternated out, and eventually I'm gonna have to cut this out if it doesn't fruit anymore. So yeah, hopefully I have a good season this year, and I'll talk to you later. If you have not subscribed and you want to learn more about Vietnamese cooking and gardening and a lot more, you know, subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you very much, and bye bye.